Well, hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel. Wow, it's been such a long time. It feels a little strange coming back on camera and doing another recording for my YouTube channel. So, this video is mostly going to be me introducing myself to my audience and to YouTube. Um, not much about me is known, so that's what I'm going to do in this video. So, um, where do I begin? Long time ago, somewhere around my high school years, I was really intrigued by learning. I just somewhere in there around the age of 18, 19, somewhere around there. I began to really fall in love with learning completely. So I took an interest in reading books and mostly self improvement books. My first self improvement book was called Mozart and the Fighter Pilot. It was a great book in memory training, and if I could recall, it's been such a long time, right? So if I can recall, it spoke a lot about the capacity of the mind, the memory in the mind. So I used to really love that book, and I always have it in mind sometimes to this very days. You know, when I first encountered that book, which was my first start or my beginning in just my ambition for learning. Somewhere when I was studying for high school, or studying in high school, or I guess studying for high school is better put, right? I started paying attention to algebra, and somewhere in there I wasn't really familiar with calculus. Just kind of heard about it somewhere in there, but wasn't really familiar with it. It was some that wasn't much in my daily life, but definitely algebra was in my towards my 19 age of 19. It was definitely in my life. I fell in love with it completely, and I just wanted to learn everything mathematics. It was my start. It started with algebra. Right now, I had known algebra from ninth grade, and I wasn't in love with it in ninth grade or even in 10th grade, but it was somewhere around my at the age of 19 that I really paid attention to it, and I fell in love with it so much. So later on, I began working somewhere around the age 18. So, and then 19 and then 20. So I began working, and if whatever money I could get, like after paying expenses and my expenses and daily life expenses, I would invest my money into buying books, and it was most self teach books and self development books in cognition and memory. So I bought a lot of books, and I would always sit whenever I had free time to read my books. It's probably why you'll notice me showing my books a lot, even though I barely finished any of my books that I bought. It's because I'm very busy, or was very busy. I was very busy, and I would buy the books to this very day. Right, still buying books, right, to study and to achieve my ambition for knowledge. Um, Somewhere around the age of 20, late 19 maybe, I was in Borders bookstore, and I was writing some titles for my next paycheck on what I would buy, which books I would like to buy for my when I get my next paycheck. So I encountered astronomy. I encountered I don't recall much, but some books about probably um, Um, I don't remember, but somewhere in there, I came about a few books in programming. That's as far as I recall, and I will stop right here because I don't remember much. It's been such a far away long time ago. So that's what began my interest in computers. Now, my first encounter with a computer was a long time ago when I was very young, very young. I was like at the age of 4, 5, and my uncle he brought a computer, one of these very old computers, and it was he left it in the balcony. He brought it from work. I don't think it was working, and then that was like my first encounter with computers. It's not that I like fell in love with it. I was like too unaware of what it was in the first place. I remember sitting and just playing with the keyboard and like picking at the buttons on the keyboard, and that's as much as I can remember with it. But that was like my first encounter with computers. My second encounter with computers was at the library or and sometime in school, but it was in school before I was at the library. So one of my first encounters was a game was an airplane game, and it was one of these computers where like the airplane is just like a box, like pixel dots on the screen, and like pixel boxes on the screen. It wasn't really much like what we have today or what we even had in the year 2000. It was an old computer, and it was a very old game, and it was a flying airplane game, and it was just you can like make the airplane take off and just fly around a bit, and the graphics was completely like old stuff. This wasn't like anything of even the year 2000. So that was like my second encounter with computers. Now my third encounter with computers was in the library, and that's when I was introduced to the internet, and I made my first email, which was a Yahoo email back then when Yahoo was something. And I still remember the name of the email to this very day. I think I called it Flourish Lavish. Um, Flourish Lavish at Yahoo. So that was the first email I ever had. I don't know why I chose that name, but it was just the name in my head at the time. So that was my third encounter with computers. Now, little by little, somewhere around the ages 17, 18, I buy a Mac Mini, right? And I buy it from my brother. Uh, I really wasn't like aware of what the importance of computers were, or like how the technology of computers is such a like what you might call an intellectual uh, object that you can really do a lot with, right? And so I bought a Mac Mini. It was when Mac Minis first came out, right? I bought a Mac Mini, and I bought it from my brother, and it was actually something that was like I really liked. I really liked it a lot, but he used to let me use it sometimes, and so long story short, come 2017, and I'm basically busy working a job, and like uh, I I'm on the internet on YouTube, and like somewhere in there I come along a video about programming, and later on I think the first language I was ever introduced to was called Java. I'm not sure, it could have been C, but I think it was actually Java. So I got introduced to Java, and no, I don't have any books in Java. I got one book in design patterns. It's in Java. It's head first design patterns. It's in Java, but it's not really a Java book. It's about design patterns. So I don't have any books in Java. But my first encounter was the programming languages was actually the Java programming language, and then I think it was C and then C++. So That's my first like encounter. So little by little I began really liking this stuff, this program, and I would watch a lot about it, and like not much that I ever understood anything from it, but it was like the beginning for me. And remember, if I haven't said this, I'll say it right now, that since from the time I used to be in Borders bookstore till the time I encountered Java. Uh, that was there was a big time span between these two periods, right? So I wasn't really learning or even like paying attention to education or really worried about my knowledge. I was like caught up in life, as you might say it, right? So I buy my first book, which was See How to Program, which I showed in one of my previous videos. And wow, I just really liked it, the programming language. I began, in any free time I might have had, I began like digging deeper into programming language. Little by little, I bought more books and more books, and like lots and lots of books. By now, I have like really a large amount or a large quantity of books, a large collection of books. I have books in a few books in calculus, trigonometry, algebra, two books in algebra. I got a physics book for engineers and scientists. I have a book and the rest of the books are in programming actually. I don't remember the rest of the books I have. I don't look at them every day, but I have a large collection of books, and my desire is to like finish these books. Like I really want to finish these books. So by now, I'm free. So I'm really free, and like um, it's like now this is what I'm gonna do, right? Some people in life, when they're free, they relax, they they sit back and watch TV and smoke a cigar. Um, I'm not like that. I always been keen to being knowledgeable and educated and intelligent. I wasn't always, the kind who would say, well, like, oh, when I retire or when it's, when I'm free, I'm just gonna read more books. That's me. That's what I do. I say when I'm free, I'm gonna read more books. Like I bought a lot of books, so one day when I'm free, I'm gonna be able to read these books and finish them, and gain knowledge from them. So that's what I do. So that's my story right now. So um, that's what I've been for like all my life. So anyhow, uh, I've been reading in to give you an update. I've been reading in Beginning C, and I really like it. Um, it is very well detailed. It um, describes exactly in each chapter. It describes exactly what it is the chapter is about, and it describes things within the chapter about the C programming language with a lot of detail. Even the examples at the end of the chapters, they give you a few. They give you like one example at the end of the chapter, and like they run you through the example step by step, descriptive, very descriptive, how the program is actually and what's happening in the program, and what the code is doing in those examples. So I really love that book. Uh, I cannot compare it with the other book I had, my first book, See How to Program. Beginning C by A-Press is way better, way better. It is much more um, well written than the other book, at least in my opinion. Okay, so you might also notice I changed my channel back to the Kiss Kiss Man. So, like I said in one of my previous videos, the word kiss doesn't, well, I don't think I said that part. Well, kiss is in Q, first of all, QISS. And the word kiss comes from the word kissa. It has nothing to do with the word kiss in English, like Kiss. Has nothing to do with kiss at all. It comes from the word qissa, which is an Arabic word meaning story. So the reason I just let me get my phone. The reason I let's see, where is it? The reason I changed my name, the name of the channel back to the Kiss Kiss Man, was because I was typing in one of the browsers the name Coratello, right? And I'm thinking it's gonna bring my channel up as the first search in the search result in the browser, but it didn't. It did not do that. It actually brought many things called Coratello, and I took a screenshot of it, and the first thing that came up was Coratello.com. I didn't even know there was something called a Coratello. I thought I invented that name. Turns out that somebody else invented it before me. And then there's Coratello, the hair salon, which is spelled without an E in the middle after R. And there's Coratello, something else, or Cortel, which is Cortel.net. So I was like, hell no. Like, I'm not going to have a name that's already been taken, right? Like, why would I do that? I thought I invented that name, but it turns out I didn't. While it's true sometimes I go by the name Coratello, it's not like everyone calls me Coratello, first of all. It's just a name I brought up from a business idea, Cortel, like core and the tel for telecommunication, when I wanted to start a software company back in like 2018, 2019. And later on I changed it to Cortello because I got so like using the name so much, Cortel. I said, oh wait, Cortello, right? And I do not want to use a name that is already taken. So I don't want my channel to also have that name. So yeah, that's why I changed it back to the Kiss Kiss Man. So this is my story, and I'm very flattered to have told my audience and those watching me on YouTube a little bit about me and my background. And I think I'll end it right here, right? Until next time, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and goodbye, YouTube.